Hello there, welcome to AWS Tech Guide session today. Today, I'll be talking about creating a small design with API Gateway, Lambda, DynamoDB with Node.js. Definitely all these three, Lambda, API Gateway, DynamoDB are serverless. So it will be a quick tutorial to play with few serverless services. In this tutorial, our design is going to be very simple. Here we will create one API gateway that will make a REST call to Lambda, which will basically trigger Lambda function. And in Lambda function, we will create code with Node.js, and it is to basically save the data into DynamoDB. So from scratch, we will be creating each and everything, and it is very simple design. So let's proceed. I am already logged into my AWS management console. So in our architecture, as we have seen, that we will be creating one DynamoDB table, we'll be creating API gateway and Lambda function. So first thing, we'll be creating a DynamoDB. So let's go to service, search for DynamoDB, click on create table. Now simply, suppose we are creating a table name called employee. So I am adding this table name at employee, and I am not adding any sort key or something, but mentioning one primary key as emp ID, which is employee ID. Now click on create, and it is saying table is being created. It is saying that employee table has been created. So let's go to item, and I will see that only one column has been created, emp ID, which is our primary key. Let's go to service, search for Lambda. Here we'll be creating a new function for Lambda. Click on create function, and we'll be creating it from scratch. So I have selected this. Now give a function name. Let me give store employee. Okay, and we will be using Node.js. So let me select Node.js 12x version. Okay, now to choose or create an execution role. Okay, so I am create a new role with basic Lambda permission. Click on create function, and it has created our new Lambda function successfully. Now just scroll down, and you will find this place for your code. Now this is the place we used to write the code. I have the Node.js code already ready, so I will be definitely explaining how it works, but just replacing this part. So what it will do, we will generate UUID, which is actually a random string, and we will be using as emp ID. The emp ID, which is the primary key which we created while creating DynamoDB table. That is the first thing. Next thing is that we will be passing few parameters in input to save into our DynamoDB database. So we will be passing employee number, employee name, and employee email ID. It is constant the document client, which is aws.dynamodb.document client. It is initializing the DynamoDB, and then we are mentioning this table name which we have provided or created the DynamoDB table. And here in the try block, we are using the put method to post all the params into DynamoDB. It is as simple as that. Since I am not explaining how to code in Node.js, that's why I am not going into detail, but it is how you create one Lambda function, and you can use any programming language like Python or Node.js or Java you want. That doesn't matter. Now scroll down, and you will find this environment variable. We don't need this environment variables, no tag, basic settings are all okay. We are not changing anything. VPC, we are not tagging with VPC. File system, we are not adding any file system. Concurrency, we are not adding, not any asynchronous invocation, and database proxies. Just simply click on save. Now it has saved. Now let's test this. So just click on test. So it has opened one. Give an event name called test, and in test we will be passing the parameters like this. So it is body, and we are passing employee number, employee name, and employee email ID. Remember that employee ID will be auto generated because of the generate UUID function that we are randomly generating. So click on create. Perfect. Now we have selected this test and click on test. Go to details, and as you see that it has successfully executed. Now our next task is creating API gateway, because we will be calling this Lambda function or invoking this Lambda function through API gateway. So let's go to service, search API gateway, create API gateway, scroll down, and we will be creating REST API. So we have two options. One is REST API private, another is REST API public. But this REST API private is different from this public REST API because of only accessible within a VPC. If you remember, when we created Lambda function, we didn't attach any VPC. So that's why we are selecting REST API public. Click on build, select REST, new API, give a API name, suppose employee. I'm just copying the same in the description. Let it be regional as endpoint. Click on create API. Now it has created the API. Our next thing is that create resource. Give a resource name. Suppose I am adding is at EMP, employee, and click on create resource. Okay, so our resource has been created. Now next thing is that we have to create a method. So which kind of method? Because we will be saving data, so it means we will be posting data. So that's why I have created this post. Perfect. In post, it is asking that what is our integration type. As we have created this Lambda function and we want that when this API will be called, our Lambda function should be invoked. That's why let this Lambda function option selected. Lambda region we have created in US East 1, and Lambda function is store something. Yes, store employee we created. Okay, let this timeout, let this default timeout as it is selected, and select this use Lambda proxy integration. Click on save. Now it is asking, now it is saying you are about to give API gateway permission to invoke your Lambda function. Okay, perfect. Now click on action and we have to deploy our API. So clicking on deploy, deployment stage it is asking. Let's create a new stage, and I'm just adding is as dev. Stage description is also dev, and deploy. Perfect. So our API gateway is also ready. Now when the stage has been deployed, you click over the method. So our method is post. Now this is our invoke URL. So I am just copying this invoke URL. Now since it is a post operation, so we will be using this invoke URL with our Postman client. So let me open Postman. Now let's create a new request in Postman of type post. Add the URL which I have copied. In body, select raw. Select in this drop down as JSON, because we will be passing JSON for that, and we will be sending parameter in this format: employee number, employee name, EMP email, because the EMP ID will be automatically generated through our Node.js code. Now you may have seen one difference in this format and the format we were using for testing Lambda. So let me take you to our Lambda function. Here if I click on configure test, so we were passing the format like this, the same parameters but format like this. So do not mix that. If you are passing this format when you are posting from any client like Postman, it will not work. So let's go back to our Postman and simply click on send. It seems it has successfully executed because I didn't have any return. So let's go to our DynamoDB, refresh it, and you see this has been created. The new record, the employee ID has been generated automatically through the generate UUID function, then employee name, employee email, and employee number. So again go to this and just change this parameters. Just I'm adding one more entry. Click on send, go back to our DynamoDB, refresh, and it has also successfully inserted. So in this tutorial, we have seen that how simply we were able to create one API gateway, Lambda function, and it linked with DynamoDB. If you have any question on this, please feel free to write in the comment box below. I'll be happy to help you. If you have not subscribed our channel, please do subscribe, because if you are an IT professional working with AWS, or you are learning AWS, or you are enthusiastic about learning IT new technologies, even if you are a student, then AWS Tech Guide, this channel, best place to learn and share your knowledge. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next session.